6.7 magnitude earthquake hits Macquarie Island. What you need to know. Imagine being on a remote island when the ground beneath you starts shaking violently and the sound of rumbling earth fills the air. This is exactly what happened on Macquarie Island, Australia, when a powerful earthquake with a magnitude of 6.7 struck on Tuesday, July 29th. But here's where it gets interesting. This earthquake occurred at a shallow depth of just 10 kilometers, making it more susceptible to aftershocks. According to the National Center for Seismology, NCS, the earthquake's details are as follows. EQ of M, 6.7, on 29/7/2025, 034032, IST, lat 57.97, long 157.88, depth 10 kilometers, location Macquarie Island region. You can find more information about this earthquake on the NCS's post on X. https x.com/NCS earthquake, status /1949963780723. But that's not all. Just a few days earlier, on July 26, another earthquake with a magnitude of 6.2 occurred in the same region. The NCS reported the details of this earthquake as well. EQ of M, 6.2, on 26/7/2025, 214504 IST, lat 57.78, long 157.61 E, depth 10 kilometers, location Macquarie Island region. You can find more information about this earthquake on the NCS's post on X. https://sgncs_earthquake/status 194915975430986550. So, what makes shallow earthquakes like these so dangerous? It's because the seismic waves have a shorter distance to travel to the surface, resulting in stronger ground shaking and potentially more damage to structures and greater casualties. And this is the part most people miss. The Macquarie Ridge, where these earthquakes occurred, has a history of major shallow earthquakes that have exposed two seismic gaps, one of which is centered on Macquarie Island. The Macquarie Ridge was formed by the convergence of the Pacific and Australian plates, which has led to crustal shortening and the creation of these seismic gaps. But here's the controversy. Earthquake hazard estimates for the island do not take into account these seismic gaps, which could lead to a major gap-filling earthquake with serious consequences for the residents and environment of Macquarie Island. In fact, a major earthquake with a magnitude of 7 or higher could cause widespread landslides, disrupt water and power supplies, and even trigger a local tsunami. The risk of such an event is heightened over the next few decades, but what happens after that? Will the risk revert to its long-term value, or will it continue to pose a threat to the island? This is a critical problem that requires careful consideration and planning. So we ask you, what do you think is the best way to cope with time-varying hazards like earthquakes? Should we focus on short-term solutions or long-term planning? Share your thoughts in the comments below. But before you do, consider this. The impact of a major earthquake on Macquarie Island would not only affect the residents, but also the unique and fragile environment of the island. The island's ecosystem is already vulnerable to climate change and other human activities, and a major earthquake could push it to the brink of disaster. So the question is, what can we do to mitigate the effects of earthquakes on the environment and protect the island's ecosystem? The answer is not simple, but one thing is clear. We need to take action now to prepare for the worst and hope for the best. Magnitude 6.2 earthquake strikes Macquarie Island region, second quake in 2 days. A significant seismic event has recently occurred as a magnitude 6.2 earthquake struck the Macquarie Island region, marking the second such incident in a mere span of 2 days. This latest quake was recorded on Saturday at 4:15 p.m., occurring in the Southern Ocean, approximately 1,500 kilometers southeast of Tasmania. According to the European Mediterranean Seismological Center, the earthquake was relatively shallow, with a depth of just 10 kilometers. Fortunately, the likelihood of injuries or structural damage appears to be low, and there has been no tsunami warning issued following this event. Interestingly, this earthquake follows another quake of the same magnitude that hit the same area at 11:22 a.m. on Friday. But here's where it gets controversial. While many may feel reassured by the absence of immediate threats, the frequency of these seismic activities raises questions about the geological stability of the region. Are we witnessing a pattern that could indicate more significant seismic events in the future? As we continue to monitor these developments, it's essential to consider the implications of such earthquakes. What do you think? Are these occurrences merely coincidental, or do they signal a deeper issue beneath the surface? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Magnitude 6.9 earthquake hits South Pacific. No tsunami warning. A powerful earthquake measuring 6.9 on the Richter scale has recently struck a secluded region of the South Pacific Ocean, as reported by seismologists. Fortunately, there is no threat of a tsunami following this seismic event. The earthquake occurred at 6 p.m. Eastern Time on Monday, with its epicenter located in the Macquarie Island area, according to the U.S. Geological Survey (USGS). This tremor originated at a depth of 19 miles, 31 kilometers, which is relatively shallow in geological terms. The epicenter was situated in a remote zone bordered by Australia, New Zealand, and Antarctica. The closest inhabited area is approximately 892 miles, 1,436 kilometers, south of Bluff, a town in New Zealand's Southland region. The Pacific Tsunami Warning Center, PTWC, has confirmed that no tsunami warnings or advisories were necessary, as the earthquake did not fulfill the criteria that would indicate a tsunami threat. The Macquarie Island region is known for its complex tectonic interactions, where the Australian and Pacific plates converge. This area frequently experiences moderate to strong earthquakes, with several events recorded at magnitudes of 6.5 and above over the past few decades. Interestingly, this earthquake occurred just hours after a separate 6.5 magnitude quake near the Andaman and Nicobar Islands of India. However, experts have stated that these two seismic events are unrelated, which raises questions about the interconnectedness of seismic activity across the globe. But here's where it gets controversial. Could there be hidden connections between distant earthquakes that we are yet to understand? What do you think? Share your thoughts in the comments below.